Hey, in this video I'm going to show you how to take one of these cheap IKEA bulbs and turn them into your own custom lights that works with Philips Hue. With this you can do pretty much anything. You can combine multiple normal light bulbs, even halogen, into one smart bulb. Or you can create your own custom light strip that's not even sold or made by Philips Hue. So yeah, as you might have noticed, this is a bit more technical video, and I'm gonna show you how to take the Zigbee module out of this bulb. This is a IKEA GU10 bulb, only a dimmable one, so that means it cannot change color temperature or color. And I really like these because they're really cheap, and I'm actually gonna use them for an RGB strip later, because for me that's actually fine to just control them like that, but I'm going to show you that when we hook it up to the Arduino. So, but first let's extract the Zigbee module. So if you take a closer look at the bulb here, and yeah, we're going to start by taking this glass part out. Let me show you that. So all you do is just take a thin screwdriver like this one, and then you kind of want to get a little bit aggressive and just pull this part off of it like this. And then you can see that there's some glue in there, and then this part comes off. So yeah, then we're gonna need a screwdriver. So I'm using a fairly big screwdriver here for these small screws, but it's working out. And then I can kind of take my screwdriver down here, and I can bend this up. If I can get that out, it has this little connector. So there we go. So you can see there's like this little connector that hooks up to the PCB board right there. But we need to get this metal part off. And of course now what we're dealing with here is a bulb that goes into live voltage. So of course we have to be really careful. There can be capacitors that can store voltage. In this bulb there's not fairly large capacitors, and it's a long time since I plugged it in. What I actually did before this was that I hooked it up to the Philips Hue app, and that's a really good idea to do before, because it's much easier to hook it up to the app when it's in one piece. And when we take it out, it's kind of annoying. Like you have to turn it on and off 5 times, and then it starts like blinking and doing these weird fading animations. And that's much easier to see when it's actually a bulb and not some graph on a computer or something. So yeah, but what we're gonna have to do now is take this metal part out of it. So I took this plastic one out, so now you can see that we have this metal part, and we have to bend this out because there's some glue in here to actually get the bulb out. And of course everything that's being done here is on your own risk, and of course you lose your warranty on your bulb when you do this. But I'm gonna take and try and bend it out like this slowly to release the glue, like that. So when we have the metal piece out like this, it can actually just pop right up when we have released this weird glue that's right here. Then we can actually see the PCB board inside of here. And the way to get that out is actually, some people think that they need to break the glass, but they actually don't. You can just take a tongue like this, pull it out carefully like that, and then we can actually see that we have the board right here. And what we have right here is the Zigbee module. So we need to desolder that from the PCB. But I am not, I usually work with software, so I am not the best with hardware, and especially when it comes to soldering. But yeah, we have 3 pins here that we need to heat up, and then I'm gonna pull it out, the Zigbee module. And then we are gonna hopefully be able to get it out and take a look at it with an Arduino. So I've now desoldered the Zigbee module, and we can see it right here. This is how it looks like. It's very tiny. as you can see. And it's a bit difficult to get out. You have to get out of this slit, so you have to pull a lot on it or push it in or something, but it's possible you can get it out. I can get it out, you can definitely also get it out. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna solder some pins to it so we can actually hook it up to an Arduino or what we wanna hook it up to. So I have a couple of wires here that I picked out, and we're gonna solder them to each of these ports that you can see. But I'm gonna talk more about that. Let's start by soldering the wires. So now that we have soldered some wires to it, I will check with my multimeter to make sure that there's no bad connections. So yeah, now we have soldered some wires to our board here, and now we can hook it up to an Arduino and actually look at the signal. So let's identify the pins. So the first pin here, when we view it from the top here, the pin most this way, that's pin number 11. That's the VCC, so we need to connect that to 3.3 volts. It's really important that we use 3.3 volts because that's what the Zigbee module runs on. Then we have the blue one, which is the ground, and then the yellow one, which is the data pin where we can actually read the signal from. But let's read the signal. So first I'm gonna connect this to 3.3 volts. This one I'm gonna connect to ground. And then I'm gonna connect the yellow one here to a 0 on the Arduino. And then we're gonna hook it up like this. And for the code, you can actually just go up under examples. This is in Danish, but this says examples. And then on the basics, the analog read signal. That's a great starter for just getting started with this. Then when we have uploaded the code, I've already done that. So then we can see this signal right here. And that looks a bit confusing, and what we are looking at here is actually a PWM signal. But that's not what we want because that's kind of difficult to work with. So what we can do is write this, just copy it here, and then we have to place a 1 here, and then this can actually convert this to what is the equivalent of an analog signal instead of a PWM signal. So this is something Arduino have implemented, and that's how it works. So I'm gonna upload the code, and then we're gonna open up the prompt here again, and then we can see here that we again get something a bit strange, but when we look at the value, it's actually not that big, so it's just noise. So if I on my Philips Hue controller here then change the brightness, we can actually see that the brightness is changing. So now we actually have a way to monitor the brightness with an Arduino. So now that we have taken the IKEA bulb apart and we can read the brightness through the Zigbee module, we can do pretty much anything we want. So what I do is that I have the brightness level correspond to different scenes. So let's say I want to create a scene for when I'm sitting in front of the computer. Then I have the brightness level set to, let's say, 90 on that scene. And then I know that on my Arduino that when it's on 90%, I will create a scene where it's switching between pink and green maybe. And this is really cool because then I can create these animations. So instead of just having static color, I can have the colors slowly change between different colors and make all these really cool animations that makes my lights in my room much cooler and much more fancy, I think. So I think this is a really great way to do it, and I really like it. So yeah, but here in the end, I was actually thinking about making a part 2 about this video, where I will give you more concrete examples on how to make these lights and everything. So if you guys want to know anything more about that, please let me know and I will make a part 2 to this video. So yeah, but here I would just like to say that thank you so much for the support I got on the last video. I'm so surprised that so many people watched the video and liked it and everything, and even subscribed to my channel. So I'm so happy about that, and if you liked this video and made it all the way to the end here, please give it a like, and I really appreciate that. And also, if you want to subscribe and follow me on this journey, I would really appreciate that also. So yeah, but thank you so much for watching, and have a wonderful day.